Game number 1, best of 5, the final match of Playday number 2. The Sidestep Kings going up against Granit Gaming. In our first map, we have Volskaya Foundry, and on the left side, the blue team with Khaldor on Imperius, got Filth on Cassia, Ultralisk on Hanzo, June on Malfurion, and Kyoja on Zul. On the right side of the map, it's Henning for Granit Gaming on Stukov. We got Nintori on Phoenix, Skog on Garrosh, Svamgrotta, rocking Medivh in game number 1, and Nick is back on Tychus and goes for the grenade build again. Honestly, I kind of like that. He's the only one so far that has really played the grenade build in the CCL, and I like it a lot. It just changes things a little bit. Normally, I'm a huge fan of Press the Advantage as a level 1 talent choice, but I really think that with the recent buffs on Tychus, seeing that grenade build is kind of cool and is definitely adding a bit of an extra touch to all of this. Now, there's a couple of things to talk about right away. We're on Playday number 2, which means that both of these teams have already played a match on Playday number 1. Duh. Granit Gaming was murdered, absolutely murdered by Wildheart Esports, which was a bit of a weird one since we didn't really know, okay, how good is Wildheart. They lost in the Icebreaker tournament in one of the early rounds, had some weird drafts as well, so it was a bit questionable. What does that mean? But Wildheart has since then continued their, well, win streak and has done a fantastic job on the second Playday as well with some pretty cool results. So right now, that makes the loss against them seem to appear in a bit of a different light here. So Granit Gaming still have a chance, but of course now they're going up against another strong contender. Sidestep Kings is another one of the teams that is expected to do fairly well within the CCL, and they proved that on day number 1 also against Simplicity, who they were able to defeat. So Sidestep Kings currently with a big match victory already under their belt as they're heading into the second Playday here, and we'll find out today if they can follow up on it. Definitely a couple of different heroes that we're already seeing right now, with Zul, who can rotate between the lanes, and Malfurion as a potential follow-up on any kind of stun. Now, as usual, once every single match, I actually want to point that out. In the CCL, we're playing all of these games on the North American server, so these games are played on NA Central, which means that Korean players and European players that you see in these games will have a disadvantage in ping compared to Americans, because they have to play cross-server. So they normally have to deal with 120 to 150 ping on average, so can be quite impactful depending on the player. In this case, the first one to fall is, by the way, Imperius, so he gets taken down. We're already looking at solid damage against Imperius with a good throw from Garrosh. And it's a little bit of a different setup that we have for Granit Gaming to begin with. I mean, at this point, they are playing with Garrosh as the solo frontliner. Now, the only reason why that actually can work is because we have Medivh with him. Medivh is allowing that shield and is also helping him with portals that can save him. Normally you want to have at least a second frontliner in the team composition. They are focusing way more heavily onto the damage than you would usually do with the Medivh comp, but that can empower Garrosh to be that solo frontliner here. That's the thought process at least that we currently have. So right now we have a bit of an attack against Kyoja at the bottom of the map. Apparently he didn't catch that there was a bit of a move against him. But now 2 items have been taken, and that's a healing beacon in the hands of Granit Gaming. At the 1 minute mark you have all of those camps spawn, and that's what they exploited right away. We got the deep roots over here, so that's actually kind of cool if you're playing, let's say, around one of the items, any kind of choke point situation, and also the entrance to the checkpoint here can be controlled a little bit better if you go for that. Oftentimes we see Broccoli taken, so the Vengeful Roots, not so in this one. In addition to that, we also have the bigger they are now, that helps them to also burn this down, but I would expect that Nick is focusing again on level 7 straight back into the grenade talents, and later on after his level 10 will do the same. We've seen him already play that style once, and he walked away with nearly top damage in the game. Despite the fact that they did not win it, but he still delivered heavily on the numbers. So now the level 7 comes in, slight advantage in experience speed for Granit Gaming, and there it is, so we get the melting point right now. Melting point is already in addition to that we got the quarterback, 7 stacks for Medivh, and Svamgrotta in the back is trying his best to allow them to move away from Khaldor and also turn it around against Imperius as the blue team is starting to take the advantage on the checkpoint. So there we go. Yeah, with that said, we have also Jailers. We got stacks for Cassia too, and that's a good map for her to get stacks done. This is also a late game map, which she can normally do a lot. But, well, let's look and see what Nintori can do. I feel like Nintori honestly struggled a little bit on the first playday, so now maybe a bit of a different style from him here, but he had in a lot of situations a bit of a tough time. Also very different talent choices and builds occasionally, but that's what was to be expected. When you have players from different regions play with each other, there will be differences in build, preferences on talents, and also heroes. Oh, Cattle, by the way, he already struggled once earlier, was the first one to fall, and he is under pressure again. And with that portal into the back line, that could have maybe even been a follow-up. But of course, they're trying to control the portals as much as they can, especially with the help of Malfurion and his roots. That's one of the cool things that you can do when you have Malfurion. It's not only that the Vengeful Root helps with control of choke points, but you can also control the portal a little bit better. But only if you're live. And Malfurion is already down. Gets murdered quickly right here. Easy kill and easy objective, I'd say. Yep, that's a protector. 2 kills, 2-0. Sidestep Kings struggling a bit against Granit Gaming. And keep in mind, Granit Gaming have not won a single map yet. Not one. So they definitely have to step it up on Playday number 2 if they want to make it into the top parts of the rankings. So yeah, if you want to end up top 4 out of the 8 teams participating in the league here, then you have some work to do. Got Filth talking about doing some work. He's putting the work in for the Sidestep Kings and is now starting to stack massively against the Protector here, sitting at 33, looking for a little bit more. Garrosh with the save, Stukov. Alright, gets the heal out, and at the bottom of the map, Zul has fallen to another portal action by Svampgrata as Bird Boy is doing his thing. They also helped him to put more pressure onto that wall here, but with an early level 10, there's of course no question who is going to take the extra item up at the top, as they are again making a play for their healing beacon right here. Already starting the little play, so I'm gotta helping them also. I mean, just sitting in the back here, honestly, just helps them so much in this situation. We got the ley line for a potential move towards the front from Garrosh. That could result in a quick taunt. Level 10 is now available on both sides. But there's an entire level lead for the opponent right now. Okay. Dragon Arrow is out. Yeah, going for Kyoja. There's the flip, there's the taunt, there's the damage, and there's the kill. Arrow or no arrow, who cares? That's the kill. Nintori did kind of miss the ult here. Svampgrata, 20 stacks. They keep him alive. Medivh, he's alive. Makes it out. Boy, that got scary for just a second. Honestly, his adrenaline is pumping here, I can tell you that much. He's just sitting there, it's just like, oh shit. 20 stacks, don't want to lose that. So yeah, he's still alive, good for him. But that's 4 kills to 0 now. Sidestep Kings. I mean, last week, if you remember, against Simplicity, they lost map number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Got honestly kind of crushed. And then stepped it up in game number 2. So maybe they just need a bit of a run-up in order to get things going. So let's see if this game is going to act as a warm-up for them, or if they are turning it now in the mid-game. Of course, there's more items in their hands now too, so they're not lazy on their turret cams, grabbing it again and adding an additional item to the inventory. Damage output, by the way, let's have a look at Nick. 17,000. Yeah, our boy's doing work with the grenades. 16,000 for Hanzo. Still a chase against Kyoja at the bot lane, and Kyoja is suffering here, isn't he? That's the second kill. Second kill against him, and the 5th kill for Granit Gaming. They're doing a lot better here all of a sudden, so yeah, good job by them. 22 stacks for Medivh, still far away from hitting his quest, but they got level 13. Talent advantage, level 13, they got everything they need here. And talking about 13, that gives us again the Virulent Reaction, which is pretty much insane. And over here we got the Spray and Pray, so a little bit more slow coming in for him now too. Top damage is there. They go for a camp themselves now, so they can put that through. But let's have a bit of a look of how they are playing this one out, because blue team needs 13 and then they can fight. With 8 seconds to go, that means that Granit Gaming can walk away with a small advantage on the checkpoint if they just move a hero top. They have 3 items on the heroes over here alone, so that's already an advantage for them. But yeah, they should take control of the checkpoint as quickly as they can, just so that they get initial lead on it. But yeah. Svampgrata. I mean, Spray Game is on point, right? So he's just like sitting here, like pigeoning it in. Bot lane, Kyoja is using all the wave clear that he has at his disposal to push this out, and I guess we're gonna see once, well, sooner or later, Phoenix moving around again, and he kind of has to. Phoenix has the wave clear. I mean, if you think about it, Phoenix is actually a really good side lane hero. It's one of the reasons why on some maps, as for example Brax's Holdout, you have in the past seen Phoenix being played as a side laner. He has the lane sustain that you need thanks to the shield mechanic, he has the wave clear in addition to that too, and he has an escape tool thanks to the warp that he can utilize whenever there's a gank set up against him. So he's pretty good in that spot. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they're not adding a second frontliner to the equation here. I've talked a little bit about how Garrosh is able to survive at the front line solo with the help of Medivh in particular. But if you're talking about like side lane wave clear and all of this, this is really where Phoenix is now starting to make rotations, because he has all of these tools that usually are the mark of a good side laner. Now, without Medivh, that setup doesn't work because they don't have the frontline sustain, but right now they can definitely make that work. Here comes the attack again, good taunt, set up against Khaldor, arrow, ooh, that's a big arrow, that didn't hit anything. Imperius gets hit in the meantime, oh, huge arrow. And Imperius died again. Khaldor gets a little bit farmed right now, so bad news for him. Bad news for the Sidestep Kings in general, because, well, how do I say this, but Granit Gaming sidestepped everything! You heard that right. So they had nearly level 16, 6 kills to 0, and a 2-level lead is pretty rough. Now, how do the Sidestep Kings come back into that? Honestly, I don't really know, because with level 16, if you get the Protector right now, you could technically make a play for keep. It happens rarely, but you can actually make that play. Down at the bottom of the map, as I said, Nintori on Phoenix, he has the warp. If he gets ganked, he can't jump out. Exactly what he did here. Kyoja got Filth. Both of them were trying to set a kill up, and he has the mobility and the escape tool, so he uses it right away, bringing us back into his position as a side laner. By the way, I mean, he is speccing heavily into the setup right here. Mobile offense comes in, target acquiring. Then we got the offensive cadence here too, so yeah. How's that? And it's Protector time. We want to go for the top 4 first. And, well, let's check that out. And see what they can do here. A little bit of pressure here in the middle of the map as well. We got by now also 25,000 damage for Nick. But careful. Medivh is always there. Medivh is always there, just like hovering above, ready for a portal, ready to help them out. Alright, Medivh takes it down. I was just about to say, that's a little bit of a questionable move to let that stand. Ultralisk is also in a questionable position, is about to die, drops the turret, and Nick is dead. Portal control, baby. Oh, another one. Beautiful. Narrowly missing the target. Yeah, so another arrow missing home. Medivh on 23 stacks, he doesn't want to die. A good kill against Tychus, preventing him from moving into the portal was absolute key here. Medivh was trying to help out there, even the ley line being used, but that one came a bit too late. And instead of going for the grenade later on in the setup, we now have them with a follow-up with the armor-piercing rounds. So, a bit of a hybrid build here from Nick. Again, I like that style. As I said previously, I'm a huge fan of Press the Advantage because of the range increase. I think it's a fantastic talent. Probably the safest way that you can play Tychus right now, and definitely what brought him back into the meta. But I also enjoy that we have some players experimenting with that newly buffed grenade setup, and also going into a bit of a spray and pray setup here too with the overkill, just because I mean, again, it's pretty new. Like 2 patches ago, it's when they buffed that a little bit, so I think it's kind of neat. Anyways, as it stands, we have still a huge lead in kills, despite the fact that Sidestep Kings have finally added one of their own. But now it's, again, a 1-level advantage, and another objective spawning soon at the bottom of the map. And then we're talking about Storm Talons. Maybe a little bit too soon to talk about that, but time will tell. So we didn't have a lot of big fights. I mean, you can see that the damage output too. 28,000, 23,000, nothing really crazy here. And another objective in form of another item attacked at the top. And item control goes heavily over to Granit Gaming. That's the second healing beacon that they have now. That's not really good news. That's a bit of a problem. That fountain is something that you should try and protect though. Oh, Swamgrotta! Yeah, careful. Can't die here right now, but he at least forces them back a little bit or distracts them, so the fountain is still there. Ultralisk gets attacked, that fountain is also still up, so both teams have sustain on lane. If the objective spawns now. And off we go. Another item to be fought over. Nick is probably going to take this one. So, one more turret. Yeah, they got plenty. They got plenty of items. There's a lot of turrets on the side of the Sidestep Kings too, to be fair. But again, they are behind. And both of the teams are not interested in teamfights right now. I mean, both of them are just sitting tight and saying like, yeah, let's just wait for the objective. Make sure that we get the level 20. And I think Sidestep Kings resigned themselves to the reality that the chances of them forcing a fight pre-20 are rather slim. I don't really think that Granit Gaming would allow for that to happen. So, yeah. Right now, there's a move towards the... Oh, Kyoja. Oh, Zul. I'm sorry, but I got to. Narrowly missed another target, but the fight still continues. I don't think he's hit one yet. But here they come once again with another attack, but the ley line is coming out. They don't have 20 yet, but it will be there soon. And yeah, Svamgorda is still on the run. 25 stacks for him, but he dodges out on the lunge. Even using the medallion, which actually comes in late here. So that's, I think, where you can definitely see the ping disadvantage a little bit. That medallion was so late. And if you see some of these players make these moves on their home server, it's usually such a smooth transition. But there was definitely a delay between those two actions. So now with the double kill and the level 20, it couldn't be any more perfect. The objective is up. Oh, yeah, he even goes for the ult. Nick comes in and says, well, you go for the objective, dude. I'm gonna go for the 40 here, and I'm gonna have the objective up by the time that we're pushing. So that was a real snap decision on his part. Coming in, saying, big red button, baby. Let's go. Let's take that fort down. I am gonna take care of that, and you lock in that protector, and we're gonna be Gucci. So one level has to be soaked by the Sidestep Kings in order to defend with level 20 and even talents. But yep, at the bottom of the map, they're starting to break through the wall here. I love that from Nick. No fucks given. Right away, comes in, locks in the Storm talent, and bam, drops it. And you can see he has 1 minute on the counter. He is going to have that ready in the next fight again. So yeah, coming through and getting the damage out. Fort destroyed. And that should be keep at least. Now they get another item too, so that's once more a turret. 37,000 damage by Nick himself. Look at his siege damage too, 164,000. And well, there we have it. He has 35 seconds on the ultimate, so he's the one jumping into the protector. But again, once that he pops out of the protector, once that bad boy is gone, he will have his ult ready here. So there's that. Now, we have level 20 on both sides. So there's that. Level 20 on both sides, and there it is. They go for the keep. Should be able to take this one down. Now, like, Tigers has to be careful. He doesn't have the Neo Steel coating here. So he doesn't have his 13 that usually helps him with a bit more survivability. So once he pops out of the protector, he needs to fall back there. And that's actually why they're even letting this sit for a bit longer and drop it then finally, or try to drop it with the protector. That didn't work though. Needs to lock in another grenade. That kind of... Oh, the arrow connects and there's the kill. Hanzo, the ley line comes through, but we have Nick Odin up immediately. And he just crushes June. He just crushes June. They murder Imperius. Godfill dies, and yep, Nick comes in and asks, got skill, and drops the target. Goes for Kyoja as well, who gets farmed too. Kyoja is dead, and they're killing one after another. He gets thrown forward. Oh, the trolling is real. He thrown it forward. 5-man team wipe. Svamgrota still not done with the baseline. But I love how Garrosh just throws him forward and nicks him either leg. Dude, what the hell are you doing? They get the kill. Now they go for core. What a game. 13 kills to 2. The Sidestep Kings get crushed in game number 1 on Volskaya Foundry by Granit Gaming. Not quite what I expected from the opening of this series. But well, it's only the first map. We're going to head into game number 2 as Granit Gaming takes the lead against the Sidestep Kings on Volskaya Foundry. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Cursed Hollow, Sidestep Kings against Granit Gaming, and the blue team is behind. Now, to be fair, they actually fell behind in their first match on Playday number 1-2 and then turned it around quickly, so Granit Gaming shouldn't be too confident at this point. But locking in the first victory on map number 1 is obviously a big step towards the match win. So now on map number 2, we have the Sidestep Kings on the left side with Kyoja on Yorel. We got Ultralisk on Junkrat. June is playing Stukov. Got Filth on Jimmy and Cattle on Anubarak. Yeah, exactly. Svamgrotta for Granit Gaming on Sylvanas. We got Skog on Diablo. Nick again on Tychus. And then Tori is playing Dehaka. And Brightwing is getting played by Henning. Double Global. I kind of like that. If they use that the way that it was used in the past, and I actually kind of enjoy that. So this is a big map, and with a double global, if you play it properly, you can actually out-macro an opponent very heavily. So let's see if they're going to pull this off here. Would be kind of cool. Would definitely be kind of cool. I would like that. So we got a grenade setup again. We got enhanced agility on level 1 and the overwhelming affliction right here. So down at the bottom of the map, let's have a little bit of a look here. Nick is currently holding this solo, and in the middle there's Cattle. Oh, good engage and nice follow-up. I mean, they play this a little bit old school, so as I said, Korean-style Anubarak play were oftentimes paired with Urel, because you have the two of them jumping in, Urel helping out with a sustain at the front, and then it's all about the engage, a follow-up from Stukov, especially after level 13 Violent Reaction, locking a target down, and allowing others then to get kills. If you play this with the Junkrat, then you also have the option of placing a mine properly after any kind of stun from Anubarak, and then follow up with a pushback and try to get the isolation kill that way. So something to definitely watch out for. Also, as I have highlighted in the past, Cattle is so far the only Anubarak player that actually has switched on his level 16 talent. We talked a lot about how Blizzard was trying to make debilitation a thing, and how pretty much every player that I talk to agrees that debilitation compared to Epicenter is still pretty much trash, because Epicenter is just way too good and suits the style that you want to play when you use Anubarak as a tank extremely well. Because if you're looking for a sustain tank style, yeah, he doesn't have any, as you can see here. So it's a very different playstyle that you're looking for when you draft Anubarak into your team. So with that in mind, most players still go for Epicenter, because it just caters to that style. Cattle is the only one that has used debilitation multiple times in the past now. So now that we have Anubarak played by him again, we're going to find out if he does that once more. Now, as I'm talking about this a little bit, I think I also have to highlight once again that people that ask now, hey, why exactly do we not see a draft here? So what's going on? And sometimes people ask like, hey, why don't you include it? Guys, I would love to. The problem is that Blizzard still has not added draft information to replays, and I am not casting these games live. These are all casted from replays, so unfortunately I can't give you those draft information. Every single time there is a live cast, you will see the draft in the videos that I upload, and we'll check that out. And again, if you watch the video on YouTube right now, make sure that you support the channel a bit, hit that sub button, and also give the video a like here. That would be very much appreciated and help also to keep the coverage up here, so definitely check that out. Either way, in this case, we have now the jump top lane, and thanks to those two Siege Giants, they can do a lot. They took their Siege Giants actually even a little bit late here. They pushed together with the objective on that, and they get good value. Turret is down, the gate is also getting attacked, so that's pretty cool. And here we go, tribute number 1. Sylvanas is pushing a bit in the middle, so Svamgrotta is not doing too much on the top. They will delay that, and that's why the double global comes actually into play. If you have two global heroes, you can now try it. You don't even have to take this. The red team doesn't have to take that at all. They can try and come in with Dehaka and with Brightwing, but they definitely have now a situation going for themselves where they can theoretically try to soak the lanes a little bit further and just wait for the opponent to either fall behind in experience or give up the tribute. But of course, you have to play a discipline in order to accomplish that. Diablo going for the Malevolence here. Here comes another attack as they're trying to come in for Diablo. Careful! But they cannot lock the kill in. Level 7 is ready for both, and Cattle is now the one trying to get this done. But Dehaka at the bot lane is getting mad value. And all they gotta do is interrupt this. It's Junkrat that is trying to rotate around, but eventually he's going to lose out on that fight. Kyoja, he needs to make a choice. Does he go into the middle or not? Dehaka actually moved top, so now they have a 4 versus 4. And Sylvanas is still pushing the middle of the map. And they destroyed the entire wall here. Sylvanas is getting some crazy value, and Urel is now forced to deal with that. Because Kyoja is saying, guys, if we don't go there, they're just ripping us apart. Yeah. That said, actually Ultralisk is going up against Svamgota over here. Two of them against each other. Top side is still fighting. Hangning is ready. And down here we have a slight one-on-one situation of the side laners, and Intori is starting to move back towards the middle. So Granit Gaming is playing this slow. They're saying, boys, we got two globals. We can play this game all day. You are the ones that have problems in the rotation. Another interrupt, nicely done. Brightwing is now moving in for a bit of a heal. Sylvanas is at the bottom of the map again, and Junkrat is looking at the middle and at the bot lane and saying like, guys, what's up with this shit? Do I really have to soak 2 lanes now against these guys? Svamgota takes another gate down, so that's level 9 against level 8. There's more interrupts coming. Skog is again pressuring the top, and so far Sidestep Kings are absolutely unwilling to give up the tribute, but they are losing ground more all over the map. That's why they have to rotate Jimmy into the middle now, and Sylvanas is still at the bottom. And with Dehaka taking position again, you know why he does that, because he has his global back. He already globaled in once, but now he has actually the position on the map. Svamgota is taking this down even further. Sidestep Kings are getting completely out macroed right now. That's the beauty of rocking multiple globals the way that they're doing here. So Svamgota is moving out. Top lane gets still contested over and over and over. This is kind of nuts. 2 walls have been destroyed. The bottom fort has also been nearly taken down. I mean, that is getting a little bit crazy here. So, if you look at tribute number 1, we are nearly 6 minutes in. There's the level 10. Blue team has still not given up on this. Sylvanas is rotating. They've gained elite experience because of it. They've taken several walls down. This is starting to become a problem. Sidestep Kings honestly should have just given this up at some point, or at least just delayed it and go for a stalemate position, but that hasn't worked out at all. Now they're making a play for Jimmy. He did some work here, but with a well-timed drag, this is going to be a kill. Yeah, there's even the ult, and that's a kill. They get the kill. Jimmy is down at the top. They're still fighting over it, and the 2 of them are pushing the bot lane. There's another quick interrupt. Currently, 3. There's the 4 versus 4. Dehaka comes in. Sylvanas is still at the top. They fight an even battle at the top, and Sylvanas is pushing the bot lane. Mad value for them right now. They are getting a crazy value out of tribute number 2. Granit Gaming can play this style all day. They're going to get farther and farther ahead in experience. They're going to take more structures down. And even if they lose the tribute, who gives a shit? It's tribute number 1. Even if they lose it, who cares? But instead, they're ahead, and they took a fort at the bottom of the map. Svamgota took the fort already. Sidestep Kings, I don't know what they're doing here. They are running into more and more trouble as this continues, because as the map opens up, the globals are going to be more and more powerful. So right now, the tribute is still on the map. We are 7 minutes in by now. Another drag. Jimmy has to defend the keep wall. He has to defend the keep wall around objective number 1. And Sylvanas is saying, alright, then I'm going to continue my shit in the mid lane. Now, of course, this is a bit easier to defend since they can come down here, but here's the attack continuing as Cattle is now moving in. Gets Polymorph too. They're trying for the drag. At the same time, Diablo is, of course, trying to help them out as well. Nick is destroying the top. Sidestep Kings get completely murdered. They're getting murdered here. Granit Gaming is currently wielding their globals like a surgeon a scalpel and is taking them apart piece by piece. Here's another combo attempt. They're looking for the kill, and they nearly get an Uberak. And Nubarak is nearly taken down. 8 minutes in, tribute is still not taken. Sylvanas is rotating back down to the bottom of the map. Dehaka, I think for a second he was even thinking of going for the Siege Giant camp. I mean, he was just tapping the fountain, but this is getting nuts. Level 13, there's a talent advantage, there's half a level ahead, and all of this happens with only 2 kills. Sylvanas is pushing the bot lane right now. Urel has to go to the bottom of the map. She just can't allow this to go on. They're trying to get the tribute again. Guys, look at this! What's going on here? Sidestep Kings, you have former HGC players in your lineup. What are you guys doing? You're losing your bot lane if this continues. The wall is about to go down and you're still fighting for the first tribute. The gate is gone. The tower is half destroyed. And in the middle, you're also starting to lose your fort. What's happening here? Where's the shot calling? Who is calling this shit? This is getting crazy. 13 versus 13. Is tribute number 1 really the hill that you want to die on? Or do you just expect that it doesn't change no matter what happens? There's currently still 2 bosses up on the map. Here's the lockdown at the top. They were trying to go for the Riptire kill, and they can't get it. Tribute is still up. 9 minutes in. Ural is moving in. 5 versus 4 topside. Oh, Swamgrotta! He's committing Sudoku. He's trying to go in deep and solves the math puzzle in the middle of 5 heroes. He doesn't die, but only because Diablo saves his ass, and it comes at a cost. He dies. The cocoon is out. Dibbles loses the stack and is coming back in. And this is getting bananas over here. Bot lane pressuring. I want Ford lost. Do they get the tribute? I think they finally do. Alright, congratulations, Sidestep Kings. You took tribute number 1, and all you lost was a wall and a fort at the bot lane. You lost your entire wall and towers in the middle, and you lost 50% of the fort. I mean, I call that a bargain. I don't know about you guys. I call that a bargain. Any day, every day, am I going to take that trade?
Nope.
Okay, then not. Wow. 2 kills to 1. They get the tribute. Now you make it better, worth it. I mean, if they don't follow that up with a curse soon, then they're going to be in trouble. So instead, we now have the attack onto the boss. Urel sees it. She sees it late. And they are way at the bottom. I don't think Cattle can be there in time. Nope. They can try and go for their own boss. Jimmy did not take Exterminator, by the way. He did not see Exterminator. So, not take Exterminator. So, they're gonna have the time for it. Okay. Alright. So, they can take it. There's not even a push down to the bottom of the map. So, not even that's happening. But that's a boss for a boss. Top lane gets pressured first. And again, Sylvanas. So, that boss is gonna do a whole lot more than the boss at the bot lane. Please don't try to raise them. You can try to take the fort down. Please don't try to make this a race. Oh, please no. Please no. Please. Press B. Press B. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Thank God. Oh my God. The Haka in the middle. They got the globals here. Keep wall is gone. There's Odin. They got level 16. And this is bad. This is bad. Bottom boss. He has the level 16 talents on both sides at least. The Haka is here. You know who's not here? Kyoja. Urel is on the way right now. Here comes the engage. They're trying to go for it. Sylvanas with a little bit more work. And Nubarak is down. He went for debilitation again, by the way. He took it. Debilitation on level 16 for Nubarak. Kettle loves it. God knows why. That's keep down. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. Sidestep Kings, I do not understand the calls in this game. The boss at the bottom of the map gets defended now. Nintori is there. I like the way that they're using the globals in this game. I said it at the beginning of it. With the Dehaka Bright being set up, you have a lot of potential tools. You can make Dehaka more dangerous too. Another kill here in the middle. 4 kills to 1. Junkrat is down. And I mean, honestly, I'm in lots of words right now. Granit Gaming, they're moving through the Sidestep Kings like hot butter through cheese. This is getting insane. And now they're pushing through the middle. Honestly, at this point, you just don't know what to whack next. Granit Gaming, they are a hammer in search for a nail, and they are looking, and they have some trouble finding nails right now. There's like everything is already dead. What do we go for next? I mean, this is getting nuts here. I have no clue what the Sidestep Kings are doing. Now, there is maybe a silver lining on the horizon. They have 2 tributes. Maybe if they get a curse, they can turn it. They lost 3 forts already, and they lost the keep. So that's a free tribute for the red team. That doesn't really come as a shock. Nor should it. But the question that we still have to answer is, how do the Sidestep Kings come back into this? Last time, again, I said it on Playday number 1. They lost the first map in the best of 5. And then they completely stepped it up. They woke up. They ate their wheat bix and they just went for it. And I said, alright guys, let's turn it. And they played well, they took the game, they took the series, looked great. Over here, I'm not sold on this. This is... I mean, I'm a little bit worried, seriously. There's some serious questionable choices here. I don't know what the game plan was, but I think that went out of the window a long time ago. So, now we have 1 level that's missing for Granit Gaming to get their level 20. And by the way, while we're talking about the Sidestep Kings, let's talk about Granit Gaming for just a second. Because as I already highlighted as we headed into this series, they actually didn't win a single map on game day number 1, on play day number 1. Not one. They lost everything. It was a 3-0 for their opponent. So now they're doing way better over here. So people who asked on the first playday, hey, what's happening here? Is Granit going to get completely wrecked? Doesn't seem like it. That actually looks quite promising what we're seeing right now. But again, time will tell. The game's not over yet. But thanks to the double global, there's a lot of push power that they currently use here. So for now, we have nearly level 20. Storm Talons are about to be there. And look at the setup again. Where's Dehaka? Exactly where he has to be. Other side of the map. All the way down at the bottom. Starting to push these lanes out. Using the global. Can jump into the fight. Sylvanas is joining them. And Urel is sitting here saying, like, guys, I need to do something. Kyoja is trying to go for a camp so they can apply some mid lane pressure. And they're letting this slide. Blue team lets it slide. The level 20 is so close that they know they have no chance to fight this before the level 20 talent is ready. So they give it up. And they can. They have the 2 tributes. Their opponent did only have 1. They can give it up. They will have to fight over the next one. They will fight over the next one. And now Dehaka goes into change of survival. This is honestly one of the weirder things, and that is something that Nintori has now done on Playday 1 and Playday 2. That he goes for adaptation over the isolation is a little bit strange to me. It really feels, at least from a European meta perspective, that going for isolation and then contagion later on is just a much, much better option here for him. And will in teamfights give him way, way more power to help his team. But it seems like him going more for a tanky setup with that is what he prefers, so fair enough. But that's still a little bit of an odd one, at least when you're coming from the European side of the meta. Tribute is spawning, and they're already crushing with the 20 through the middle. Easily. Sylvanas, Odin, everything. I mean, look at this. They are crushing that lane. Deafening Blast is in right now. We got the Invisible Friends for Brightwing. And, well, with level 20, not ready for the Sidestep Kings here. All they can do is take the beating and trying to stop the bleeding a little bit. But that keep is already down to half HP. With 2 globals, you can send one of them down to take the tribute. And Dehaka Shakalaka is doing exactly that. Moves down, starts to take that now, and this should be a curse. Nobody's going to be there in time, so that's a curse against the blue team. They try to go for the quick kill here at the top again. Yeah, and Dehaka can now start to move in or goes to the lanes instead. Big shot from Stukov once more. But still, boah, good luck defending this. Good luck keeping that game alive, even with level 20. Top keep is already gone, there's 2 catapults moving in. The only saving grace for Sidestep Kings is that it's so early in the game that catapults haven't really scaled properly yet. But if you lose all of your keeps now, even if you defend your core, how are you ever going to push out on the map without the catapults just ripping you apart? So, yeah, here comes pressure in the middle. Dehaka moving in from behind the door is like, guys, I don't have anything to kill anymore. What do you want me to go for? Do I wait for the next minion wave? Do I actually just like try to attack them here? I need guidance. Let me know. Let me know what to do. And they are pushing mid lane again. There's catapults on the core right now, so someone needs to deal with that too. Ultralisk is the one to chip away against them. There's another 14 seconds on the curse, and it's just poke, 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 and then waiting for Nick to get his Odin back, and here we go. It's Commandeer Odin time once more. The keep at the bot lane, by the way, is eating damage as well. Another wave is pushing in. They're going through the middle. They're dropping more damage onto the keep. That's the second keep gone. They're heading into the fight instead, and bot lane is suffering as we speak. Kyoja, he's there. He doesn't know where to go. Mid lane for the fight, bot lane for the defense. What am I prioritizing here? Cocoon comes out, but that doesn't help them either. And right now, the blue team is just pressuring him out as much as they can. Interestingly enough, the keep is still here. Keep has 170 hit points. Now, it's definitely gonna fall. The question is only who takes it down, but the fact alone that it's still there is kind of funny. And they are actually going for the boss at the bottom. And look at the blue team. What did the blue team do? Blue team moved top because they expected them to go for the top boss. Instead, they went to the bottom. Now everybody on the blue team side is like, oh shit, they're bot lane. And they're going for the bot lane. And Nuburak double stun. And Cattle. Barely gets out. But, yep. That was a weird one for them. Everybody running to the top lane is like, guys, they're going for the boss. And then they're like, oh, damn, they're not here. Where could they be? They're at the bottom of the map. Yeah, but they prevent the worst. This is a meme. That they didn't take that down is just a meme. This is like one of those things. Do you take it down? Ah, you'll take it. And then it's like, no. Nobody put the final damage on, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, so now they're going for the top again. And The problem with the blue team is that they cannot afford this boss to be taken because there's no keep at the top lane. So I don't know what they're doing. I know they're in a shitty spot. I understand that. It's definitely true. But now the top lane boss is taken. The top lane boss is going to go for the core immediately. The bot lane boss here is still going to have to deal with a little bit of that. I mean, okay, because it walks past here. But that's now another problem because this one is going to go for core directly. Now, it's not without a risk towards Granit Gaming. We've seen games where this has turned because the team went too aggressive, they were too confident, and then the bottom boss just takes down. But again, technically speaking, Brightwing could even help out here. Oh, boss stun against Urel. Careful, baby. Dehaka can help, and he comes in and tries to do exactly that. Cocoon is out. Let's have a look down here. That is likely going to be the keep that the boss takes down, but the core will be fine. I'm not sure if I can say the same thing for what's happening up at the top, especially since the red team is still looking for some aggression. They are moving in. They're looking for that kill. They want to end the game here. And as I said, bot lane boss is not going to do that. So, yeah, this is starting to become real tricky. Reptire, a good kill would work. Maybe they can defend if they get a kill. But it seems that Granit Gaming is very determined to end this. There's another camp pushing into the middle. We keep an eye on two. Urel is down. The shields are gone. The boss still wailing away. Bot lane, the keeper's fallen. But this top lane is getting crushed. And that means also that the core is slowly getting decimated. Brightwing is dead, though. They try to go for Jimmy, and they take it. Nick with another big kill. 80,000 damage for him. 50% on the core, and they're starting to take it. Boss over here. Yep, catapults are taking it down. It does damage to the core, but it's not going to end the game. Dehaka has fallen, on the other hand. This game isn't over. This game is not over, and Granit Gaming might have overplayed their card a little bit. Sylvanas has defended 71% on the core against 49. The fort in the middle has to be taken care of too. Diablo died over here, and we still have Tigers trying to rush away from this. Now, the bottom keep has fallen. They still haven't taken this one down. This is the last keep, if you can believe it. The last one. Now, there is a tribute up, which means that now we're going to see Granit Gaming cursed on top of it as well. So this could back... Oh, well, maybe not. Ah, there's the channel. Double channel makes it happen. They try to go for June. Yeah, nice jump by Sylvanas here. A little bit careful, Swamgrotta. He had some questionable ones already, but hell. It's an interesting setup from, hey, we are winning this easily, to, we need to be careful at the bot lane. Because the problem that you have right now is that you need to be careful that you don't lose a team fight. Taking the bottom keep down has given an opportunity to end the game to Sidestep Kings whenever they win a team fight. Now, the curse itself isn't really going to do a whole lot here. The lanes were already pushed out. You can easily defend this, especially with two globals. Dehaka can take the top lanes down. Currently, he's dealing with the one at the bottom. That curse shouldn't really do a whole lot. If anything, you get the fort in the middle, and let's face it, that's not going to be the end of the day. So, yeah. So, it helps. What it does is, it helps the Sidestep Kings to regain some map control. They push the map out a little bit. They gain some space. It's some safety that they also have with it. Dehaka is dealing with the bot lane. I don't think they're going to take a keep. It's only 8 seconds on the curse. And you can see that Nick is willing to commit to his ult in order to defend this. And once that they see that Odin has been popped, they're immediately moving away from it. So yeah, easy one for them. Nobody has moved to the top yet, so that's fine. So they're currently looking Gucci here. They need to take care of the catapults though. That's a little bit of a surprise that they let them come in. But they're not going to do a whole lot. Wave spawns, Swamgrotta is there. But yeah. So it's a weird one. It's a little bit of a weird game. A lot of mistakes by Sidestep Kings in particular on the shot calling side. Or maybe just like the play that they wanted to make doesn't really work out and they maybe stuck with the idea a bit longer than they should have. Either way, they are now under pressure since two lanes, or one lane especially, top lane, is pushing heavily against them. That top lane could very well be their downfall. On the top lane, there is still a fort in play for Granit Gaming, which means that there's 0 catapults pushing for the blue team, and every single wave for Granit Gaming spawns a catapult. And now we're 23 minutes into the game. So the longer this lasts, the better the chances of Granit Gaming to win the game with minions alone. And since we only have 49% left on the blue team's core, if catapults at this time of the game make it onto the core, that thing is going to be gone like super fast. And you have only one camp that can push the top lane, that's the Siege Giants. They have to take those. Every single time they're up, they need to take those. That's the only thing that buys you some time. Now, bosses are also going to come up soon. And we don't have any keeps left on the boss lanes. For at least the Sidestep Kings. Now, to be fair, if they take the bottom boss themselves, then the blue team can still win this. Because then they would go for Granit Gaming's score. So you will see both of the teams focus on this boss. And that means that the top lane is completely alone. And what's the top lane's problem? I just explained it, the catapults. So this is a shitty spot for the Sidestep Kings to be in. So they will probably have to look for a fight. They will probably try to see, yeah, exactly, if they can get an isolation kill here. But now that the boss is up, the tribute doesn't matter. This is tribute number 1. Another curse is not ending this game. This game is gonna end way before we get another curse. But it's coming down to that. Sylvanas is already starting to attack this at the top. Let's see how much damage she can do. Everybody else is still fighting there. If Svamgroda gets this, that would be great for him. Rest of the team is already rotating over. There's always the chance that Sidestep Kings are trying to go for a little bit of a YOLO. And they haven't realized what's missing. This is a bit of a risky move, to be honest, but as long as they're keeping them there, it's fine. And yeah, they're sneaking that in. They're blocking that path. They take that boss. Once the boss is taken, the game is over, and I think the only way is to fight for it right now. Nice, that was it. That was the play. That was the play. Stunning out a Nubarak like this. Boss is taken. The only thing that the Sidestep Kings can do now is try to end the game themselves. There is no way they're defending. There is no chance. No, sorry boys, that's not happening. That's not happening. The only thing, okay, if they try to defend the boss, all that Granit Gaming has to do is move bot lane and take the second boss. Actually, you don't even have to. You can push with this. This is not happening. I think the only way is for them to try to go to the opponent's score and take it down. Chances of that happening are nearly 0, but this up here at the top is definitely not happening. Now that Urel is there too, that boss move and the block from Skorg was the best thing there. Diablo locking down a Nubarak as Cattle was trying to get onto the point. That was what definitely took the game here. Either way, the situation was bad, but there is just no doubt anymore that this is a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series. Yeah, that boss is murdering it, and they are killing the entire team here. Cattle is the only survivor actually right now, and even he has given up. He's like, alright, this is just over. GG as Granit Gaming takes a 2-0 lead against the Sidestep Kings in the best of 5 here on Playday 2 of the CCL. Infernal Shrines, game number 3. A weird cursed holo game gave a big lead to Granit Gaming, who are now ahead with a 2-0. And, well, we got an interesting draft here too, because I want to come back to one pick in particular, but let's introduce the blue team first. Kyoja on Zul, again, June is playing Stukov. We have Ultralisk on Cassia, Cattle on Diablo, and Godfilth on Tacita. On the right side of the map, well, Skorg is on Imperius as the main tank, but guys, I'm a bit worried. This is an Infernal Shrines, and they let Nick have Carrigan. I'm a bit terrified right now, because Nick on a good day with Carrigan is going to murder you. Now, can he do that with the delay that he has in ping on this server? One would expect so, but Carrigan is a very reactive hero at times. Svamgrotta with Sylvanas, Nintori with Aloric, and Henning is playing Ana. Okay, let's go. Interestingly enough, we got on level 1 also the fealty unto death. And Nintori has his own style here. We've seen this with the Nubarak build, the Haka build already. Carrigan getting attacked here right away. Nick trying to turn it around maybe. Triple lunge connect by Skorg. Casual triple lunge at the beginning of the game. Jumps in and said like, yeah, what's up boys? What else is going on here? Want to get some damage? Let's deal with it. So, good job by him. But now we're looking at stacking on Cassia, so going for the Thunderstroke here. But yeah, if Nick is able to pop off here, by the way, already used his medallion, so you can tell that he has to be careful at the front. Medallion is also a bit weird. I mean, again, if you're playing with the Carrigan, then of course having a medallion on every single hero on the other team is a bit of a problem. It feels like Medallion in particular, good kill here by the way, nice isolation, and that shuts Nick down early on. But that Medallion, it really screwed with a couple of heroes just massively, and Carrigan is definitely just one of them. You look for these engages, and now, if you think about it, you pretty much have to make an engage happen twice, one to bait the Medallion out, and then the second time, just when the opponent is in cooldown in order to play around with it. But yeah, pros have been pretty much outspoken that they are not happy with Medallion, and especially in the earlier stages, there were a lot of comments and threats about it as well on Reddit, other platforms, Twitter too. And that feedback has been pretty consistent. Pros don't like it, they say it shuts down too many of the plays and that it's not a good addition. But again, if you're watching this on YouTube, drop in the comments what you think about it after we've had it this long. Do you think that Blizzard will actually remove it? Personally, I'm afraid that they're going to let it stay, similar to other stuff. And I hope that they're going to remove it because it will make the game a little bit faster, a bit more aggressive, and just allow for more plays to be made by these players. And especially the frontliners will have a bit of a big time. But again, what's your opinion on that? What do you guys think? So now we have 1 kill against 0. We have Sylph still pushing the bot lane out a little bit. That, by the way, was insane last game. Dehaka and Sylvanas just pushing the entire time like crazy people and getting so much value that it just hurt. It was just like incredible. So yeah, towards the top right. Now we got another camp about to be taken. We have that happening for both teams, and of course with the objective announced, this is when we're seeing another big fight then on the Shrine, and this is honestly where I really want to see what Kerrigan can do. Because later on in the game she's going to have a little bit more power just in general, but already this early we might see Nick just pop off a little bit and try to make his plays here. So I'm kind of waiting for that. Yeah, Kerrigan isn't here yet, they're fighting already, 4 versus 5, not quite sure if I'm sold on that. Skog, Imperius! Oh, Henning! Henning coming in with the big saves, helping out with Anna here. Imperius has to fall back. That's the problem when your fountain is taken down on the lane. He has to go all the way back to the fountain at the keep in order to rejoin the fight. And now the blue team has taken the advantage of 18 stacks to their name. Are they still fighting for it? Doesn't seem like it. Instead, it's the Sylvanas and Kerrigan combo at the bottom. So they decide that instead they are going to try for the attack, do some damage here, and see if they can then defend against the Immortal in the middle. Against the Punisher. So yeah, that's what they'll have to do. Leo has rotated towards the top. Could maybe slow them down. I mean, that was to be expected, so he doesn't slow anything down here, just rejoins the team. They're sitting at 39, so now they have to just like ghost their way over. Get away from that, a Punisher, dude. Don't trigger that jump before the wall. Heroes of the Storm 101, so there we go. Baiting it over, wall is already gone, but that's a good start at least into the game for the Sidestep Kings. They get the kill against Kerrigan, and they take the Punisher. They need to keep everybody alive here though, careful, Cattle might be in trouble. June is doing what he can to keep him alive. Oh, and Cattle makes it. Close call though, very close call. Now Nintori is still ghosting out, but that's a kill against Leo. 2 kills to 0. Sidestep Kings, ladies and gentlemen. Starting to maybe come back into the series. Reverse sweep incoming. 3 wins in a row. Blue team victorious. Is it happening? So they're off to a good start. They win the first objective. They take 2 kills. So far, so good. Level 10 is going to take the dynamic, or change the dynamic a little bit, but we'll see. So, top side, Nintori is still playing this out. This is pretty much a level lead. Now, from the timing, it should actually be a level 10 versus level 10 on the next objective. But let's see if when they have their heroic abilities, they can use the advantage to, I mean, maybe push the mid lane down, take the top gate out, for example. Anything that you can accomplish here would be nice. And if you go for, let's say they go Valkyrie, they can maybe even get an isolation kill. If they get a good setup here around the camp, they can maybe use Ultra to get a Valkyrie connect with the target in the back line and take them down. For now, they have to be careful here in the middle, because before level 10 hits, there's of course still a chance that Granit Gaming comes in and says, you know what, we're going to take a kill or 2 and just equalize the experience level. But we're not quite there. Instead, it's a push against Sylvanas at the bottom. Cattle was probably hoping to get a wall stun here too, but Swampgora makes it out. And, well, there's a level 10 now. So, they get their heroic abilities here. And that gives us the Lightning Breath on this map. Again, popular talent to take on Infernal Shrines. Can get a lot of value against the objective and really also establish your position there. We have Archon, and they're pushing the middle of the map immediately. Good wall stun. That synergy with Diablo's stun into the Tassadar wall is obviously always neat. And the fort is down. Level 10 abilities are ready on both sides. Skog with a big connect. Can he make it out? Drops the ult. And Svampgrotta comes in, jumps in quickly. They're trying for Cattle, and this time he actually dies. Losing the stacks before the objective is up, and he's not gonna be the only one. Kyoja goes down too. Well, at this point, he should be used to it. So Kyoja is dead, and that's a double kill. So yeah, they came through, got the kill against Diablo, and then they locked down Zul as well, get a second kill, and now the kill score is equalized, and everybody can focus onto the top objective in a moment. Now camps are up on the map, so that's what they're going for next. We got 56 stacks for Kerrigan's level 4, working on that, as we have 23 to Cassia's level 1. Now that we're 7 minutes in, again, it's not really amazing, but still we're getting there. And yeah, off we go. These two cans are not going to do too much. I mean, obviously you still want to take them, you don't want to let them go to waste, but as the objective is at the top of the map, it's going to be easy for the teams to rotate and take those shamans down. Zul is still at the bottom, so Leo will have to match the rotation and try to get experience there, currently sitting here in the middle. Nobody should reach level 13 around the objective. They're still an entire level away, so chances are that it's just going to be played out with level 10. But off we go. They're starting with the lunge, they're getting the connect, there's the combo of Kerrigan, the Entomb, they drop everything. Kerrigan is pushing them out, and in comes Stukov. Slap, 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 just pushing them out. But another connect, and this time it's actually the Admiral himself who's in trouble. The Ultralist doesn't connect quite. Nano boosted Kerrigan, and the kill against Cassia. They go for Cattle and they drop him too. And the next one on the list seems to be Kyoja again. Skog jumps out. Where's the heal? Yes, there it is. Nintori still fighting it out with Zul. Does he get the trade? No, he does not. Henning is popping off on Ana on the other hand. I mean, he is a sharpshooter in the making. Coming through with one connect after another, keeping everybody in play, especially Imperius is going to be thankful for that. He was low. Now we got 4 kills to 2, and of course Sidestep Kings had to abandon the objective, which means this is going to be Punisher number 1 for Granit Gaming. They're looking great here. They're actually looking really, really good right now. Way better than early on in the game. And it's a lot of this comes down to Kerrigan. That nano boosted Kerrigan setup for Nick was just great. Not only did he get the damage in, but he also was in a position where he could easily lock them in place and allow for the damage to happen through heroes like, let's say, Sylvanas, for example, but even Leo. Yeah, and talking about Leo, he is rotating between the lanes once more. 13 versus 13. They're pushing out the bot lane first. They have 39 stacks, so they can take this whenever they want. Just have to move in and claim one. And they're just waiting this out a bit. Leo takes 2 lanes, is starting to make his way all the way up to the top. Blue team is giving up the position as they should. And now it's time for the push. And this top fort is going to be in trouble. Yeah, off we go. Let's make this happen. They're starting to go straight in for a jump. Maybe a follow-up from Kerrigan. There it is. And they're making the play for Cattle. And they get him. Skog comes in from the side and just takes them down with a big spear right there. Big double kill for them. Look at that setup. Well played. They follow up on the stun. Imperius is already getting in position from the side. Diablo goes down. They drop Stukov, Cattle and June both dead. Leo rotating, as is Zul, and the rest of the team is attacking the top lane, dropping the fort, trying to trigger it against Cassia. There's another kill. Easy peasy. Stagger deaths one after another as they move through top lane. The attack for the keep itself. Sylvanas helping out to make this entire attack even more dangerous, and they are dropping mad damage on this lane. Now, they're not YOLOing in for the keep. They're letting that one slide for now. They're saying, alright, we can take this later. Let's not overstay our welcome. We have a mad lead right now. We've taken the fort. We dropped the wall. We dropped the keep nearly. We have Leo still doing damage at the bottom of the map. We will face a 5 versus 4 if we stay too long. So let's just fall back for now. We can take the rest whenever. There's still camps on the map. Let's go for them first. We have a 16 talent advantage. Let's play this safe. They want to make sure that they're not losing out on anything here. So we have them coming in with 7 kills to 2, level 16. They take the Khaldor camps, they take the experience lead here. The bottom fort has already suffered, and they're looking fantastic on the map right now. They're really trying to play disciplined and play it safe. Now for the Sidestep King, it's going to be important now. Get your 16. Once you get the 16, try and force a fight. Look on where exactly you can go for a fight. But as you can tell, Granit Gaming has other plans. They go in with everything. Locking the target down, getting the quick kill, going for the double. They try for the triple, and they get it. Diablo is down. Beautiful setup over the wall, and they are just dropping everything here. Stukov was the first one to fall. Then they followed up with the second kill against Cassia, and they didn't stop there. Cattle got farmed once more. 4 deaths on his side. And now they drop the fort in the mid lane, and they are rotating towards the top. With the 3 kills that they just accomplished, they can easily take the keep down. I don't think they will go for core here. They can't. Death timers are just not there yet. But the advantage that they have is getting increased by the second. And they are just painting the entire map red. One camp after another gets taken. And I don't know what to say, guys, but this is a bit of a rude awakening for the Sidestep Kings. They are getting completely manhandled over here. So after the first Playday, they look great. They were able to take down Simplicity. It was a bit of a shaky start into the best of 5, as I mentioned previously, but then they really buckled up and won 3 in a row. But now against Granit Gaming, a game that, again, didn't win a map on the first Playday, they are getting crushed over here. So it's a little bit of a wildcard setup. I don't really know what to make out of the Sidestep Kings right now. They look okay in the Icebreaker tournament. Playday number 1, they looked solid. But over here, either Granit Gaming just stepped it up massively compared to the last week, or Sidestep King are a bit in a rut right now. But either way, this is looking grim. They have to try and win this map. If they lose here, it's an 0-3 against them, and that would be devastating. Top camp is now pushing, and again, this is the only camp that's pushing. The Shaman camp for Granit Gaming is the only one en route because they stole this one away earlier. That means that you might even see a catapult moving on to the core. Now, do I think that the Winions are going to decide the game right now? Of course not. It's way too early in the game. It's only 13 minutes in. But there could be a chance that, let's say, the core loses a couple of percentage points. And yeah, that adds up over time. So now they're going for Cattle again. And maybe with a few kills, if the lane is pushed out this hard, if they can get a kill or 2, they can even go for core here. They're trying to go for Cattle again. Svankgrotta, big jump in. Oh, Imperius and Carrigan are both down. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. Anna is dead too. Make it a triple, baby. Here we have it. That's more like it. Sidestep Kings, a sign of life. Finally. Hell, it was about time. That was important. And Cattle even surviving that was, of course, nuts. I mean, you saw Sylvanas jumping in deep trying to get the kill. They still get the fort at the bottom, so it's not like they're getting nothing out of this situation. They're at least able to make that work. But that's great for the Sidestep Kings. It's a huge chunk of experience that they got now. We currently have 19 against 18, so it will be level 20 very, very soon for the team in red, and they should have an easy defense because of it. But at least the Sidestep Kings are back. This is exactly what they need to do to bring this one maybe back, win a game, force map 4, and then take it from there, one step at a time. So that was a good one. That was a good start if they want to make the comeback here. Level 20, soon TM, and then let's see what we get. For now, it's 39 stacks. They're going to try and delay this for as long as they can. Red team is going to try and force it now. There's not only the double bolt, but also the buried life. So why exactly 39? Very easy. What the blue team is going to try and do, they will delay this for as long as they can, because if they can delay it long enough, they might pick up level 20. What the red team is now going to do, and what they just did, is they immediately move for the camp because they don't want to wait this long. They are interested to face off against the Punisher as soon as possible, because if they face off against it early, it means they have a level 20 and their opponent doesn't. Which means that, as you can see, the blue team can't fight with it. They can't go up against Storm Talents, especially not if you're going up against Leo with Buried Alive. So that's the reason why Sidestep Kings only went to 39 stacks, because that means they can take it whenever they want. And Granit Gaming immediately jumped onto the point and forced them to take that last minion down and lock the Punisher in, because they have no interest of facing an opponent's objective when both of them are on the Storm Talents. So that's the reason why they are playing around those stacks right now. As it stands, easy defense on the Punisher, some time bought, and a little bit of damage on the fort here, but now we have 20 versus 20. So that at least gives the Sidestep Kings a chance to come back into this. They lost a lot on the map. They have only taken down a single fort. They lost a keep and 3 forts already. But, again, now they are in a position where they can take even fights. And the next objective spawns topside. Now, that's a bad situation if you lose the Punisher, but let's face it, if they lose the Punisher, they're dead anyways. Doesn't matter where the Punisher is. So that is a pretty good spawn position for the red team, because it means for the blue team, because it means when they're fighting over here anyways, they can also defend against the catapults on the top lane. So it's not one of these situations where if you draw out the objective, the catapults are going to win the game for you. Granit Gaming can't rely on that, at least not around the next objective, so that's good for them. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. But right now, this is more or less what the teams are focused on. We're 16 minutes in and we have only 44 stacks for Cassia, by the way. Ultralisk is really struggling to get stacks together. Has a tough time getting any good numbers at this point. So that's a bit of a problem. And off we go. Nintori is sitting at the top. He needs to make sure that he just doesn't get farmed, but that's pretty much all there is. The only two heroes, by the way, that haven't died yet in this game are Tassadar and Sylvanas. So both of them still alive, and everybody's gearing up for the next fight. Everybody is waiting for it right now. Okay, so let's see. Pushing this out, no problem. Yeah, you can just see them try to apply lane pressure. So the interest of Granit Gaming is to go into the lanes, push them out a little bit. Yeah, he's immediately out. Like, nope! I'm gonna survive this. Bot lane, that would be neat, of course, if you could maybe set something up here. But Cassia or somebody else could maybe come in here and take the catapult at least down. That would already help a lot. Nobody wants to fight there either. Leo takes a very, very safe path to the bottom of the map right now. Could potentially push another lane out, but everybody is waiting for the objective. Nobody is making any big moves. Nobody is being hyper-aggressive. They're waiting in the bushes here, trying to anchor the camp. That's all that they gotta do. Keep vision. Everybody is trying to hide a couple of heroes in the fog of war, not expose anything. You're playing with information more so than anything else. And now the objective gets announced. Teams are going to get ready. We're going to see if they can maybe even get a jump on someone that rotates too aggressively between the lanes, is too far out and doesn't take a safe path. Doesn't happen here. Camp gets taken, and this is more or less the fight. As I said, if Granit Gaming wins it, this is over. If Sidestep Kings take it, they might not be able to end the game, but they might be in a spot where they can actually fight back slowly, maybe take a 4 to keep a bit more. So, yeah, there's some potential for them. And this is it. The moment of truth is upon us. Bot lane needs to be careful, but again, this position is pretty decent for the Sidestep Kings, given the circumstances with forts and keeps on the map. 5 kills to 10. Let's see if they can put a couple more onto the scoreboard here. Leo's, of course, the one to watch. Need to be a bit careful with him. Leo and Carrigan, the two that can really start the engage here, the Buried Alive and the Carrigan combo, are the biggest ones, and Carrigan is already sitting at the side here. 23 stacks to the red team. They have taken the lead, and here we go. Yes, the Entomb is there. The counter kill potentially, but no, there's the save. They're trying to go for Kyoja, and he's down. Kyoja is dead, and Tassadar is about to get dropped by Sylvanas. 40 hit points on Diablo, and Swamgrota jumped in, even with the bolt of the storm, and got popped like a pimple. Full on confidence, like, boys, I got this. Jumps in, Tassadar looks at him. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. Bolt of the storm and everything. He popped all he got to try and chase him down here, and then he got wrecked. It's a 4 versus 4. Mid lane is pressuring a bit. There's a catapult destroying the wall here. Down at the bottom of the map, Ultralisk pushed another wave out so they can take maybe also the fort down. But they are now trying to go through the top lane in an attempt to end the game, of course. Yeah, the one objective for the Sidestep Kings, the goal is to bait the Punisher into the middle. They're already starting that up, but of course the Entomb is there. Yeah, Diablo had to do it, but now he gets completely crushed here. Super low, has to be healed, and the Punisher is still making his way over towards the core. So they're starting to go for it. Another jump kill, Cassia is down, just as we have them with 5 on the map. June is in trouble, and June is dead. Double stun setup. Carrigan, big plays from Nick. He goes down, but he takes the kills. The core has lost its shields, and they are going for the victory. Sidestep Kings, they are desperately trying to defend this. Cattle is low, Cattle is dead, got filth, it doesn't matter anymore, they're gonna lose here. They're desperately trying to defend, but it's just not working. Granit Gaming with a 3-0 victory in this best of 5 series against the Sidestep Kings, who get murdered here. Big step up by the blue team, by the red team, by Granit Gaming towards Playday number 2 as they look in a huge win against the Sidestep Kings. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.